Hello everyone, I am back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video in which I take on stage 1 of the Supreme Magnificent Battle Next Generation Saiyans Edition versus Goten, and the mission is to clear the stage and clear it within 5 turns. So I'm going to get right into absolutely clobbering this stage all the way down. So without further ado, let's just get quite active in here for sure. This shouldn't be too bad, but I am going to stay on guard throughout this entire fight against Goten and Super Saiyan Goten. So the whole point here is to get that aforementioned turn condition in, so I am going to want to finish phase 1 quite quickly, and then of course get into some absolutely monstrous transformations at the end and wrap things up like that. So that is the game plan going into this fight. So it should be quite effective, as I should be able to pull off the Super Gogeta and Super Vegito combined turn on turn 5 if need be, so I will have those abilities ready to launch as well. So that is going to be a great benefit for me here. However, I do want to go ahead and finish off phase 1 quickly, as I will go ahead and say, first of all, very fortunate that I pulled the new Gohan, Goten, and Trunks as quickly as I did.
It's about time I got a chance to fight. It's pretty obvious you're not going to defeat him by yourself. Sorry for the wait, Kakarot. Ready when you are, Vegeta.
Secondly, if you do enjoy this video, consider liking, and if you enjoy the channel and have not done so already, please also consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my latest videos, all that good stuff. And thirdly, this anniversary's EX parts for the Global Dokkan campaign, of course celebrating Global's 10th anniversary of operation, has definitely been interesting for sure. Just straight up interesting is how I want to frame it. It has quite a bit going on, and quite a bit of power creep as well, even beyond the power creep we have gotten at the start of the celebration, which is definitely interesting how quickly the power of these bosses has ramped and ramped and ramped and ramped and ramped. However, I am primed to handle such cases with my team. So with that being said, I should be in a prime position to defeat this boss within the specified number of turns, just because I am going to be able to get things really rolling here with all of the stats and all the good stuff like that. So that's going to be good. Although we do like to see that. We do love to see the counter. That's actually really good for us, because that might have actually done damage. So you love to see the counter, because that just means more damage for me. So that's actually amazing. And with that being said, I should be able to finish up quite nicely here with this boss. So it's not going to be too bad. What so freaking ever, chat. But I'm going to go ahead and get off these transformations and just keep talking about things. It has definitely been a quite consistent good celebration for sure. I just definitely think it feels like we're on the downturn, right? It feels like we are moving on of sorts, you know what I mean? It feels like an after party, if that makes sense, which is not necessarily too bad of a thing. But still, I think the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks card in general is something that we did not necessarily expect out of this celebration for sure. But going to go ahead and launch a Vegito active skill. And see how much damage this does.
You think you're the only one who can manage that little trick?
All the GDC units have been just very good. The celebration just been super consistent. Gee willikers. That was a lot of damage, huh? Oh yeah. We absolutely love that. But I'm going to go ahead and put these guys up here to fuse. And then I'm going to move them back because I'm... Yeah, I'm gonna move them back, because what am I thinking? I should go ahead and think about links this time. Of course, we have the fusion of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but I'm gonna move you back. I'm actually gonna move you back to slot 3. And just if these links aren't linking, yeah, let me move you back. Okay, let me just... You just go back right there. And of course, we can counter the super at the end, so that's gonna be very good, so... Let's go ahead and see how this goes. Should be a very simple clear here. Not too insanely bad. There's nothing crazy, or at least too crazy about this boss right here. He's just fairly simple, but he does have a lot of stats. I mean, quite a bit of stats to him. He can be attack lowered, but there's a reason why he can be attack lowered. Is because if you can be attack lowered, that means you have a quite high attack stat to begin with. So that is something to just keep in mind as I go through this boss fight. But I'm fairly certain this should just be a guaranteed victory for me right here, just based off of how much damage I have left to deal onto the boss. It is going to be my victory assured here. But let's just get on out of here. Yeah, this is going to be a not too bad fight to clear and complete. And the GDC has been interesting. I definitely don't know how I feel about the big, massive amounts of power creep that was introduced in this part, though. And that is definitely undeniable amounts of it for sure. Definitely such as the One Piece card game, also introducing Emu. Oh my gosh, that was just so good. But I'm getting ahead of myself as I go ahead and clear this. Yeah. Oh, by the way, one more thing about that. The 5 elders being drawn by Gege Akutami. Mwah, chef's kiss. But that's neither here nor there, as I beat Goten fairly easily. That only took me one try to clear with all the missions. No real difficulty there. Clear stage 1 and clear it in 5 turns. That was not too bad. Not too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna get on out of here and go ahead and clear these other stages. But I do want to mention, because yeah, I have heard someone say, there's gonna be no more stages. Well, yes, there is going to be more stages. Yeah, look at that. More stages are coming. Yes, even though stage 3 is as hard as it is, there's still going to be more stages added to this event. That's not going to be easier. This event's going to get harder. So, yeah. Power creep. Yay! But in all seriousness, I am going to try my best to deal with it. But it's gone crazy lately how high power creep has gotten. I am using the big P word of power creep because it's actually applicable here for sure. But I'll get on out of here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and until next time, bye.